Recently, I wanted to get into a genre of photography that I'm not used to yet. The genre that I actually landed on was street photography. I picked street photography because it has a sense of approachability. As long as you bring your camera out and take a walk, you're fine. But it also has a sense of depth towards it that makes it really hard to master. I knew I wanted a challenge. I knew I wanted to go to a place that would take my skills to new heights. The place that I ended up going was Bugis Street. Why did I pick Bugis Street? It is because it had no landmarks. There is no grand place for you to go in, take a spectacular shot and go up. All you had as a photographer when you go to a place without landmarks like this is a strong compositional skill as well as a keen eye for detail. What fascinated me most about street photography? It is one of the most human genre of photography that you can participate in. Whether you're photographing buildings or people walking by, these sites are essentially man-made. And when we see sites that are familiar but spectacularly captured, our minds start connecting the dots. Maybe that's why this genre of photography is so appealing to the masses. There is an underlying sense of empathy when we look at these photos. Maybe because it is easy to relate to and it's just within our nature to feel empathy towards these sites. One of my main focuses this time around was to create visual contrast using juxtaposition. To present something and have the opposite take place within the same image, it creates an intriguing shot and the viewer will always have something to spot every time they look at the shot. Street photography is an admiration as well as a documentation of architecture and daily society. I don't only see photography as a way of expressing creativity. Photography is also a way to document culture as well as history. It may sound cheesy, but it's true. When we take photos of a beautiful location, we are not just only creating a body of work. We are also documenting what minute history might have happened that day. This rings the truest when it comes to street photography. Seeing these people and buildings today makes me wonder what the world will look like in the next 10 years and the next 10 years after that. Street photography manages to give concrete some much needed emotions. These buildings aren't moving, but when photos of them are shot at the right time, at the right place, they come alive. It is as if we provide emotions to things that are not in motion. Something which I noticed when I was shot hunting for this video was my hyper focus on the mundane. We may have passed these sites every single day, but we never bat an eye to it. At the right moment, one snap was all I needed to keep this moment, hopefully for an eternity. We go through our current lives not knowing what's coming next. But with photography, it allows us to have a momentary window back to the past, to look at the place and hopefully feel what it felt like back then. If this video was in any way helpful, leave a like. If there's anything that you would like to add, leave a comment down below. Subscribe to see more and I'll see you guys in the next video. Okay, good enough for me. Good enough for me. Good enough for me.